Hey guys, Sableye here, and today we're here with a really cool April International Challenge team built by Turtle Mania. They did pretty decently. I think they finished 17-27, which is nothing to sneeze at. And yeah, I really like the team, and if you guys don't know Turtle, of course they do stream, good friend of mine, so definitely check them out. But with that guys, I will catch you guys in the battles. And we are back. We are now in a battle. We're going to get Jackson, who's actually not sure if their name is Jackson with the big old question mark there. And I am very concerned about what's going on. Is this, Notice's team with the Ho-Oh Lunala? I feel like it very well could be. Anyways, besides the point, so what we're looking at here is probably, I don't know, this is weird. I don't know how I'm supposed to play this. I don't like this. This is weird. Like, this just looks like a really bad matchup. I mean, I do have the Landorus, which is actually nice if I can get through the Sneasel. But the problem is actually getting through Sneasel. I never thought I'd say it, guys. I never thought I'd say the problem with this team is going to be getting through the Sneasel. But here we are. But yeah, Turtle's team is really, really cool, guys. Lando is one of those ones that I'm really hoping to pull, like, Rinja Sun versus, so we can just click Rockfall into the Zygarde beside the Calyrex, you know. Just because we outpace him, we click Rockfall, they can't get the Charity Berry because of Unnerve, you know. It's something I really hope to do on today's stream, or at least catch a Zygarde or something that I can actually feature Lando-I with. But I think it's going to have to be Calm Mind Finny for games. Like, Finny's going to have to really, really carry me here. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to lead Cali, because I do still think it's a decent lead. Right? Like, I guess I could go Cali Solg. Still, the only problem with that is if they do bring the Ho-Oh, I don't really have much of an out. But I think I'm going to have to. You come, and I bring you for Cart. I'd love to go Lando-I here. Maybe perhaps I should be going Lando-I here. I don't know. I'm really not sure. I'm really not sure. This is where we got to get Turtle on the channel to yell at us and tell us, Ryan, do this and you're gonna win, right? Like, this is where we need Turtle. But yeah, maybe we'll get him. Maybe we'll get him on the channel eventually. But Sneasel Ho-Oh. Okay, so this Sneasel's gonna click Surf and it's gonna weakness policy proc this Ho-Oh. There is no surprise there, and I'm pretty confident it's gonna be physical Ho-Oh. Now, is there a world in which I get through that? Because it's going to click Surf, going to break my Calyrex. Does it ignore? Because if they ignore Solgaleo, or if Solgaleo can actually survive a max move from a +2 Ho-Oh, which I think it very well could. So honestly, this might just be a decent play. You know? This might just be a decent play. I don't want to start pivoting around here and protecting if there's really no need to, which I find a lot of myself doing a lot of the time. Right, I start pivoting around because I'm like, oh, there's no way I live this, but then, like, I would have just lived originally, and then 2 turns later after I've lost 3 mons, I'm like, oh, I would have lived. Like, I did that a couple times in the IC. I had my Kyogre in the field, and I didn't want to max it because I didn't want to take, like, 80%, but, like, I should have just maxed it, taken my 80%, killed the piece, and just won the game, rather than losing 2 pieces, and then having to max my Kyogre anyways. But this is really good for us, so they're either not going to max this Ho-Oh here, which is also fair. I mean, it's a fair play. Or we're faster with Solgaleo, meaning we don't care whether or not we live with Solgaleo because we're going to get the max lightning into it anyways. Both of which plays I think are very, very nice. No max, and Ho-Oh is just going to protect. So fair play. I'm okay with this though. I am okay with this, I think. Because, like, either way, Ho-Oh is going to get the +2 here. My main concern is what does Sneasel do? Sneasel should be sashed. It shouldn't, I mean, it's going to live that, but, like, you know what I mean? It's going to live that. It's going to Icy Wind to slow down the Calyrex. So, I mean, this doesn't change anything. Like, this effectively changes nothing, right? Because we still get the max lightning into Ho-Oh. Still going to do a respectable amount of damage. Nothing crazy good, right? But more importantly here, did I bring Instant? Because if I bring Instant in right now, this is actually perfectly fine. Because Solgaleo will tank, get another Wild Charge off now that we're in terrain. And all I need to do is keep this Ho-Oh at bay, and we should be okay. Yeah, I bring Instant in for sure. And I definitely go Lightning. There's no reason not to anymore. I mean, now Sneasel could click Foul Play. If they get, does Sneasel get Foul Play? It definitely gets a Dark move, and it definitely has one here. So perhaps Bulldozed Steel Spike into Sneasel would have been a gamer move. But I don't know how I call Ho-Oh protecting there. I was worried about, like, Scarf Sneasel into Surf. You know? I was a little worried about Scarf Sneasel into Surf. But I also do think it might actually be Scarf Sneasel. Did it outpace me with an Icy Wind? It might have. I wasn't paying enough attention. Honestly, it very well, it might have. Thinking about it, it very well might have gone Icy Wind first before my Astral Barrage went off. And if that's the case, they have to click Icy Wind again. And I'm not overly concerned about Icy Wind going off again. Like, at the end of the day, I should be okay with that. Like, Ho-Oh's the only real threat right now, as long as I'm preserving the rest of my team. And they are going to Icy Wind again. Like I said, they're not slowing Solgaleo down. Solgaleo could still AB faster here. I doubt it. But I could be faster here with a Wild. I am faster with a Lightning. Nice. So massive damage into the Ho-Oh. And we're actually going to get the knockout, guys. Don't... Okay, I was gonna say, Ho-Oh's bad, but I didn't think Ho-Oh was that bad. So we're going to get piloted off that nice little crit right there. And we're going to take that to the bank. Now, I don't know what they were doing there. It was probably going to be some sort of... I would imagine Airstream into the instant switching. Because I think they know they're not killing Solgaleo there. You know? I think that's one of those ones where it's kind of like, yeah, we're not going to kill Solgaleo here. So we've got Lightning up. What I want to do, Sneasel could very well switch out. I'm going to Parting Shot off the Gastro. And I'm just going to Steel Spike into the Sneasel slot. Make sure I pick up a knockout there. I guess I could Quake, which is perfectly fair, but they're going to stay in actually. Gastro's going to protect. No complaints. The only concern now is if there is a Kartana in the back. Surf, they're actually not Scarfed. Huh. They're actually not Scarfed, which I mean, I don't know why you protect then if you're going to click Surf there. Because now I just get the Steel Spike, I'm going to easily take down their Sneasel. I mean, we haven't won this game yet, but we did take down their max on an immediate KO right there. So all I have to really do is pivot Finny. Finny wins this game with Calm Minds in front of this Gastrodon every day. Like, I don't lose to the Gastrodon as long as I start Calm Minding with Finny. So I should be okay to guarantee this as long as I get out of the Kartana range. Like, I got to stay away from Kartana, you know what I'm saying? But that shouldn't be too bad to do. It's actually going to be the Lunala. So what we want to do right here is just double the Lunala. Put some pressure on it. We have to be a little concerned about Wide Guard still. Wide Guard could definitely still be detrimental here. Obviously, we do have the Darkest Lariat, so that's an immediate Darkest Lariat for me. And I think I want to Sunsteel Strike. Just chip the Lunala down. I mean, I'm probably going to lose instant to Meteor Beam. Yep, there it is. No surprise right there. But more importantly, I've got this Lunala to a spot where, okay, now it kind of has to click Wide Guard, and if it's clicking Wide Guard, they're not killing Solgaleo, and Solgaleo's Sunsteel Strike is going to start adding some damage, right? This is kind of a decent spot for me. Meteor Beam can go ahead and hit. Kill my instant, I'm not really too concerned about that. Like I said, Finny is my win con in this endgame. We're going to get a nice little... Okay, they deserve that crit. I mean, that one didn't matter. I was dead. That one didn't matter, so I got lucky they didn't. Sunsteel Strike's going to come out. Going to go into Lunala. Like I said, probably like 20-ish% through the Shadow Shield, and then after that, we're going to start stacking 40-ish. Which is really, really nice here, because Solgaleo still, yeah, Solgaleo can still game here. Gastron's going to try and yawn, but like I said, we're in the electric terrain. And now I go Calyrex. So, since Gastron does not pressure a KO, if Lunala clicks Wide Guard, that is what it is. If Lunala clicks Protect, it literally is a nothing turn, because Gastron can't yawn, it can't do anything here that really take anything out. It has they have one move that can actually work in their favor. They have one thing that can work for them, and that would be a freeze with an Ice Beam freeze into this Calyrex, and that is probably their best play to go for. But we're just going to see Calyrex go for that Astral Barrage, and now at this point, it's just a matter of, honestly, we may not even need to get down to, yeah, we may not even need to get down to the, what am I trying to say here? What am I trying to say? To the Finny Calm Mind endgame, which would be nice because it speeds things up, right? No need to do that. Sunsteel Strike going to come out, and I mean, even at this point, even if they do get the freeze into Cali, because they didn't go for Protect on Lunala, this game's over. I mean, we got piloted, sorry, not piloted, but carried super hard by that crit. Now, did it matter? Yeah, it definitely mattered. I wasn't killing that Ho-Oh. But more importantly, I think the real thing is, would I have been able to survive that? Would I have been able to get out of that position anyways? And I think maybe yes. Like, realistically, we looked at it, like, Sneasel wasn't doing much. I still get massive damage to that Ho-Oh. And, like, at the end of the day, I feel like... What am I doing? Why am I switching? Is this Astral Barrage for victory? What am I doing? I feel like maybe I could have pulled that off, you know? I feel like maybe I could have pulled that off, you know? Even without that crit, but it would have been a whole lot closer. Probably would have come down to the wire. I probably would have needed the Calm Mind from the Finny for sure. Alright, it would have been definitely... A lot of it, it would definitely have been a differently shaped endgame for sure. Definitely not a 3-0 like it was there. But we do get that win. And let's see what we got. Let's keep things going. I want to use Lando-I. This is all I want to do is use Lando-I. You know, all I want to do is click the Lando-I button. So let me click the Lando-I button, please. Alright, opposing trainer has been found. We're gonna get... okay, okay. This is almost Landorus worthy? This is almost Lando Cali? I think I can do it anyways. Right, like I think I go Lando Cali anyways, because like the matchup here isn't terrible. The biggest concern would be that Indeedee. Right, I like Solgaleo late for sure. See, Whimsicott getting Tailwind up is also a really, really viable option right here. You know, like caught Lando with... honestly, I like that better. I like that better. And then if they lead Zygarde, I can actually bluff the fact that they can have the Charity Berry, and I can just take it away from them. You know, it's an interesting option. I think I like this better because Tailwind is super, super consistent here, especially in front of this especially in front of the Thundurus and stuff. Like, it's a little concerning because I'm really not gaining a whole lot from it unless I start taking knockouts with it, and I'm really not. But I kind of need them to, how do I word this, take the Whimsicott, you know? I need them to take the Whimsicott and say, oh, Lando's not a threat. I can kill that with my Zacian later on, you know? Which is fair, but I think at that point maybe I can actually get a chance because then I'd have Tailwind, Lando, and Cali on the field at the same time, and that's where damage comes in, you know? That's where you get the gaming damage, and that's what you need. But like, if they're smart enough to leave the Whimsicott, this could very well be interesting. But we shall see. Corona Spa and Thundurus. Okay. I am okay with this lead. Nothing ridiculous here. Nothing ridiculous. Obviously, Thundy's not too spooky. I think I want to Quake the Cali? Or do I just Airstream the Cali? Airstream Tailwind is nice, but then I potentially take too much damage. Whereas if I go Quake, I mean, I don't necessarily need to Airstream since I'm getting a Tailwind up this turn. And Quake covers any sort of Zacian switch-ins as well. So we're going to Quake and Tailwind. I think it makes the most sense for me. And then next turn what I can do is go for Helping Hand Rockfall. I don't know if it kills Thundy, but they definitely have to consider it. I feel like it wouldn't. You know, like I feel like this is specially oriented Landorus, right? Because like you still want to be picking up the Zacians and stuff with ease. They're actually going to hard switch the Thundy out here. And they're going to go into Serval, which is the Indeedee, which is correct. I'm okay seeing that, and this is why another reason I click Quake. Because Quake now gives me a spot where it's, hey, I just kind of get the kill here, you know? And I'm not going to really necessarily die to anything they go for at the moment. They could go Expanding Force, which is a little spooky. But getting a Tailwind up into a max Quake should allow me to survive things. They are Psychic Seed on that Indeedee as well. So Expanding Force into Whimsicott would be very nice because that actually takes some major damage. Which, I mean, I don't... Not every day you're like, yeah, I want to take major damage with my Pokemon, but I think losing Whimsicott wouldn't, like I said in the team preview, would be the ideal here, right? I lose Whimsicott and then I can start gaming with the Mons beside it. Right, then I can go Lando and have massive pressure in Tailwind. But anyways, Tailwind's up, which is the most important part. I doubt they try to click Will-O-Wisp here. They know I'm special. We're actually going to get the Max Quake off first. Should take this thing down to Sash. I mean, it is still Life Orb boosted Max Quake. I mean, that's fine. That's still more than enough. Is this a physically oriented Lando, I wonder? I wonder if it is physically oriented. Maybe I should have looked into it a little more. Because, like, I guess that would have been fair too, but Astro Barrage, not even Expanding Force, which is nice. So, another one of those will take down Caught, which is really nice. And now I Airstream. And I Airstream into the Indeedee because why not? And I don't know if Helping Hand will kill. But I think for the most part, I think it's fine to click. Yeah, I think it's fine to click. Because if I get the knockout onto this Indeedee, we're gaming. And then we're in a really good spot because I might not lose Whimsicott. I should be losing Whimsicott this turn. There's the Follow Me, that's fine. They have to keep their Calyrex on the field. But Airstream is going to keep me faster even after Tailwind ends. Which I think is super, super important because I don't think I'm at a risk of dying at the moment. And we are going to pick up that Indeedee there, which is really, really nice. And if they just Astro Barrage, even if they Expanding Force here, I think either way, if they take down Indeedee, we're in a good spot. Not the best position, but we are in a decent spot if they take that. Perfect. I have no complaints about this. Whimsicott does go down. They do crit it, but I think I was dead anyways. We saw the damage from the first one. Did over half after the boost anyways. So now I get my Calyrex in, and since I am in Tailwind, their Calyrex does not stand a chance right now. And this is kind of gaming. Why is this working? Seriously, why is this working? This shouldn't be working. I don't know if this is supposed to be working or not, but I guess it's working. So, you know what? Lando is doing stuff, guys, and this is what I care about. Lando is doing stuff with this team, and that makes me happy. But you got to assume it's Thundy Zacian. You assume there's no more Charizard in this from my opponent, because you don't not bring Zacian into this. I guess there's a world in which maybe you don't. But if it's just Charizard, we just still win because we just start clicking Rockfall. I would imagine they go Thundurus, use it as bait to either max guard or hard pivot into Zacian. That would be my guess from what they're gonna do, or of what they're gonna do. But I can't see that really working out for them. They're actually gonna go. Well, I'm gonna go Calyrex. I was gonna say they're gonna go Cali, but their Cali's on the field, and they are gonna go Zacian first. So this is probably their version of a bait here, right? And this version of their bait is saying, hey, click Max Quake into me. I'm gonna hard pivot into Thundy. Now, I don't necessarily need to call that, you know? I don't necessarily need to call that. I'm safe to just kind of click Quake anyways, because Astro Barrage is still putting me in a spot where Rock Slide and another Astro Barrage will take out the Thundy on the following turn. So, I mean, even if they make that play, it doesn't really bother me at all, right? The other thing I could do here is Airstream, but I still have 2 more turns of Tailwind, so even if they're going to protect Calyrex this turn, it's not going to help them. Right, I'll still be faster, so the Airstream isn't... I do still have 2 turns, right? I believe I do. Could be wrong. I'm pretty confident I do that. Pretty confident if I called that right. We have 2. So this should be fine. Like I said, an Airstream is another option if I really wanted to hard call the Zacian was going to switch out here. But Quake's just safe, right? Because if they try to read the fact that I'm going to read that this is a bait, and they stay in, but they're going to actually protect that. Is it just a double protect? In which case, I'm okay with this. Perfect. And this is why you stay in and click Max Quake. This is why you stay in and just take the knockouts that are given to you, you know? Zacian's going to go down. It's still not game over, despite being in a pretty solid spot, because now Thundurus comes in and gets the late game Dynamax, which is a matter of how do I deal with this. I mean, I should be okay. I should be okay. If I have another turn of Tailwind, I think I Rock Slide and Astro Barrage, just because it's the most amount of damage I'm going to potentially get off. If I do not have another turn of Tailwind, I simply Earth Power the Calyrex. But we shall see what we're going to get here. I mean, it should be 1 more turn of Tailwind. I'm very confident in that, to be honest. Yeah. And just Rock Slide and Astro Barrage. I don't see a real reason not to at this point. I mean, Rock Slide probably doesn't kill Calyrex, and my Calyrex will get the boost, but more importantly, the chip damage onto Thundy. They could guard, but I'm still faster in the long run, so I don't think they're going to max guard or protect the Thundy here. They could also be AV Thundurus. This is, I think, all in all, just a good turn. You know? It's just one of those things that they're kind of pinned now. It's just a matter of can I deal with the... Can I survive the late game max Thundurus? And I think I'm in position to do that, especially because I still have my Focus Sash intact. Right, so they have to commit 2 attacks into my Calyrex. And if they're committing 2 attacks into Calyrex, it's not going to be enough. Like, they won't have enough damage output to deal with the Solgaleo, I don't think. Right, because if they go after Landorus here, that's fine, take out Landorus. Then they still have to commit 2 into my Calyrex, right? They should probably protect this Cali here, go for the double, that is the correct play. They're not going to get it. We're going to get some Rock Slide chip damage here, which is just actually incredible damage. Landorus is insane. Why did that do that much? I did not expect that to kill. But I wonder if this is physically oriented here. But anyways, now there's no world in which they win this, because Airstream does go into Cali. But like I said, they're locked into picking 1 target at a time, and because they need to double commit into Cali, they can't get away with it. So they actually are going to be Life Orb here. Tailwind's gone, but I don't care. Their win con is that I miss, and I guess that is a legitimate win con. But I'd need to miss like 2 or 3. And we go Astro Barrage here. So what they're going to do is they're going to Airstream into my Cali again and hope that I miss a Rock Slide. That is their best play. Not sure if they'll go for it. I mean, if they have Darkness and I miss 2 Rock Slides, I do lose this game. Yeah, but they're going to cancel it. Okay, beautiful. So we're going to be 2-0 with this team, which is actually kind of insane. Like, I'll take it. I'll take it. I do want to... I mean, I was going to say I want to feature Landorus, but I mean, I just did. Like, I just had a game where Landorus was actually gaming. So, like, I can't complain about that. And, guys, by the way, post-IC is probably one of the best times for YouTube content, because you just get to try so many different cool teams, you know? Like, this is not a team I was ever going to build myself. So, seeing it and being able to utilize it is really fun. Especially because we're 2-0. It's absolutely gaming right now. You know, absolutely gaming. Probably going to stick with no team building videos this week, guys. Probably going to do a few more of games like this. Just videos like this. I feel like after ICs, it's just so much. I don't know. There's so many teams to try. Is that Zygarde 10%? Is this the team? Okay. I didn't actually watch Aaron's video. I'm going to be honest. I am a slightly bit behind on Cybertron vids, but yeah, I think, is this the team they used? Because I know they were using Zygarde 10% based on the thumbnail and the caption, but like, I don't know if this was actually the team or if this is just something completely different. Now the real question is, how do I win? I think calyrex-shadow is just a gamer lead though. Like, I think I can get away with just the Bulldozed here. Do I want Finny? Finny's not bad. Like, Finny Instant is probably just correct. Arguably Tailwind isn't bad, but I think this is okay. The fact that Zygarde 10% has to be one of your restricted is just kind of sad. The fact that Zygarde 10% has to be one of your restricted is just kind of sad. But it's not completely crazy here. I don't mind this. Like, this doesn't seem too bad. Like, this matchup should be winnable. Right? It's a little spooky, but like, given the fact that the only real threat is the Calyrex or the Thunders. I guess the Thunders becomes the biggest problem. Right? Are they gonna time out? Excuse my phone, guys. I'm not sure if you guys heard that, but I really should have muted that before I started, but you know, I did not. Also, I gotta step up my game on that Landorus I card. It's very subpar compared to the rest of the artworks. But yeah, that's a side note. That is indeed a side note. So what are we gonna see here? Grim Zygarde. I mean, I don't mind this. I am literally just gonna click Bulldoze into Steel Spike. I don't really see too many issues with that. The Zygarde doesn't really scare me, you know? And Bulldoze isn't gonna put it in range of anything where it's gonna be able to kill me. Does it get Glare? Is it gonna click Glare? What is it gonna click? I'm a little concerned about what it's gonna click, but like, at the end of the day, this is pretty safe. Like, there's not a whole lot that they can really do here. They either have to Thunder Wave this turn or try to set up a Reflect. If they're gonna try and set up a Reflect, that's fine, but I'd rather them paralyze my Calyrex, or attempt to paralyze my Calyrex. But honestly, I think a lead like this is perfectly fine. I do want to kill that Zygarde before it gets into big complete form, you know, because it still does go to complete form, right? So I'm not sure if this thing's sashed or not. Like, if it's sashed, it goes all the way down, then I think it gets like, doesn't it, if it's 10%, doesn't it gain like 80 something percent of the feedback or whatever? It goes like all the way to like 75%. Something ridiculous if it goes down to sash, I know that. But I don't know. They're actually maxing first. They're maxing the Zygarde. I mean, this isn't horrible. So are they, does Zygarde outpace Calyrex? Or like, am I gonna die to like Sucker Punch Crunch or something here? Like, are they just capable of dropping my Calyrex turn 1 before I get the Bulldoze off? Like, I honestly have no clue what they're gonna do. I know this Zygarde is fast, but I don't think it's faster than Calyrex. But maybe I'm wrong. They're gonna Scary Face, that's fine. I'm still sassed. Like, I'm not gonna get the policy this turn, but I'm doing what I need to do, right? Like, they're gonna Quake, go ahead. They're gonna hit my Soul, or are they gonna hit? Yeah, they're gonna hit the Cali. That's fine. I keep the Cali alive. I get the Bulldoze up. Like, I still get exactly what I wanted this turn, and I can just reposition the Calyrex out of this speed drop, you know? Like, this is still more than fine for me. Steel Spike comes down out. Should be picking up this Grim, and if it's sashed Grim, it dies to the Bulldoze, but it's not sashed, so it goes down. And more importantly, there's no Reflect. So we're gonna have a +2 Solgaleo with a defense boost here for 2 more turns of Dynamax, and they've lost their Reflect opportunities. And Bulldoze is gonna get some chip damage off. Nothing crazy. Like I said, the Zygarde is a little bit spooky. I actually crit my own Solgaleo, which is a little unfortunate, but I don't think that minuscule amount of damage is gonna really matter all that much. The biggest concern here is what they switch in, because like, they could go Calyrex and try to bait me, but honestly, I think Solgaleo is home free to kill whatever it wants to nowadays. Right? I ignore the Zygarde completely. And basically, okay, Rillaboom's fine. I don't care. I will max Steel Spike into that thing. Get my Calyrex off the field. Try to get rid of this Rillaboom. And just take it from there. Like, in all honesty, did I bring Instant? Because if I brought Instant, I bring in Instant here. I get the Steel Spike to kill you, and I bring in Instant. I mean, I could get faked out. But do I care? I'm Shuka-Berry. I'm not, I mean, I get faked out into Quake. I mean, or Grassy Glide into Quake, I'll live because of Shuka-Berry. So I really don't care all that much. Right? We get the Intimidate onto Zygarde, which is perfect. Rillaboom's attack's going to fall, but I don't think that run really matters. They could protect the Boomer. I could see that as well. But they are just going to Glide, try to take out my Calyrex, which they don't really need to do. You know, like, what are they gaining from that? We're going to get another Steel Spike now, so that Bulldoze does come in handy here. Steel Spike's going to go into the Boomer. Boomer's going to go down. And at this point, it's how good is Solgaleo? How long can Solgaleo just kind of wear them down for? And I mean, at this point, late game Cali's going to gain. Right? Zygarde doesn't get any sort of air screen boost, so we're just faster than it for the rest of the game now. They're going to Quake into my Solgaleo. It is -1. We are +2. This is going to tickle. That is going to tickle my Solgaleo. So, games like this, I think was really cool. We got to kind of feature all 3 game modes, you know, with this team. Game 1, we kind of just went crazy with Calyrex stuff. What did happen game 1? Right, it was the Ho-Oh and Calyrex. Right. We crit with the Solgaleo, right? That's right. That's what happened. So, like, I mean, we still went Solgaleo, but we didn't necessarily need to proc our policy. Second game, we went the Lando mode. This game, we went policy mode. That's the Calyrex. I mean, at this point, this is just a big Steel Spike into the Calyrex. It's going to die. And I will fake out the Calyrex anyways. I know faking out Calyrex seems kind of dumb. Because, like, it's kind of no real need, right? Because they're going to do that, and I could have gained a little bit more with a parting shot. But on the off chance they were, like, maybe Babiri Berry and survived, or Focus Sash and survived, right? I kind of have to cover that option. Now, granted, I don't know the team. Maybe I should know the team. Maybe this is on me. But, like, I don't think it matters, because I can just Sunsteel that down next turn. And as we've seen, this Zydog can't touch me. What's it going to do? Quake my instant? It's not going to kill me. I have Shuka-Berry. Like, first of all, they're Quaking Solgaleo again. They're going for the crit. That is their own... Oh, nope. I don't have Shuka-Berry. That's right. Because of the Calyrex. But, I mean, it still did nothing. You know what I mean? It still just sat there and did nothing. So, I'm very content with this. No complaints right now. This is just Sunsteel Strike, pick off the Calyrex, and Parting Shot off the Zydog, just in case. Just in case I get the opportunity to. Not sure if I will. I should. It's a little spooky because this Zydog can actually click like Dragon Dance or Coil now. And either of those is the main reason I'm clicking the Parting Shot. Right? Because that's the only that's their only opportunity to get back into the game. Right? Would be if they have Dragon Dance or if they have Coil. Sunsteel Strike picks up Cali. Parting Shot, if they try to Dragon Dance or Coil, it keeps them at bay, keeps them hindered, and they're actually just going to cancel the battle. So, this team absolutely games. I don't know, I'm happy with it. Like, I know there's flaws with the team, guys, right? I was in Turtle's stream for most of his run, I would say. And there are definitely flaws with the team, but honestly, it has the opportunity to game, right? I think in Best of 1, it definitely is a little bit better than Best of 3, just because I feel like it's a little bit more easy to adapt to once you know some of the items and how your opponent wants to play it. But I do think it's a really fun team, guys, so definitely give it a shot. Definitely check out Turtle if you guys haven't already. And with that, guys, thank you guys so much for checking out the video, and I will catch you guys in a future video.